Fellow brothers, we have a lot to dive into today. Welcome back. Guys, today we are going to go over the 5 brutal truths that nobody talks about when it comes to men over 35. Okay, there's a lot of taboo topics out there, a lot of stuff that most people are too shy to talk about. Today we are going to uncover all of that in this video. I want to make it quick and simple as possible. This training is going to be very efficient for you to understand, have a background and knowledge in, because you understanding this at a deeper level and how simple I'm going to break it down for you is going to help you immensely in so many ways, because most people are behind the curve when it comes to the stuff that we're about to talk about. But if you can get ahead of that curve and you can get ahead of the problems that you could be facing in the future, guys, it's going to be amazing to be able to get ahead of that. Most people are way behind. They're way too far behind that they almost can't catch up. I don't want you to be that guy over 35 that just can't get back to where he once was in his 20s and whatnot. So we're going to bounce back into this training, guys. 5 brutal truths that you need to know as a man over 35. Let me go over here. Okay. So I want to start this, guys, and preface off by saying most guys in their 30s, let's be real, we're getting more complacent. They're getting more comfy. Their training isn't as hard as maybe it once used to be, or it never was hard in the first place. And now they're starting to look soft. Now they're starting to get skinny fat, and it's noticeable. You can easily see it. And the guys, like, nobody likes that physique. Nobody likes to be skinny fat. Nobody wants to, oh, I'm skinny and I'm fat at the same time. Honestly, like, it's just not a good look on anybody, and nobody wants to have it. If you actually apply what I talk about today and teach you, break it down so simple for you guys, I want to make sure this really sinks in and, stays here. You will get lean and you will look like a disciplined man that I know you've been striving to become for so long. Okay, guys, let's dive into it, guys. Number one, first brutal truth. You are eating more than you think. Okay, guys, 90% of men underestimate their calories, and 9 times out of 10, it's never below. It's always above. Human beings are naturally terrible at guesstimating their calories. Everybody has, it's not just you. I suck at it. That's why I use an actual, food scale to help me out with that thing. But if it wasn't for that food scale, guys, I know I have absolutely no freaking perception of food and any guessing abilities to be able to make sure that I'm eating within my limits. I would always go over, right? Without those boundaries in place, it's very easy to do that, guys. Most people are under the impression that, oh, because I'm eating healthy food, I'm going to automatically lose fat loss. No, you can eat healthy food, but you can still get fat doing it, right? A lot of people eat potatoes. A lot of people eat eggs. A lot of people eat bread. But as healthy as all these things are, they could still make you as fat if you're eating a lot of it, or if you're eating too much more than you should be, especially if you're trying to lose weight and lose fat, right? So biggest thing I need you to do going forward is to, one, buy a food scale if you don't already have one, and learn about nutrition, learn about your body. This is such an invaluable skill that people just don't want to talk about because it's an extra step. Oh, I have to use this scale now, and now I have to, my life is going to be paralyzed. That's anything but the truth. That is the furthest thing from the truth, guys. I want you to get a food scale and start to track your food. Actually track your food honestly. All good foods, all bad foods, everything for 3 days. And see how much you learn in just that 3 days. You will understand food and nutrition at such a deeper level than 99% of the world. I promise you that, guys. Second brutal truth. Lifting doesn't cancel out the gut. Okay, just because you're consistent in the gym, just because you go to the gym and you train, doesn't mean you're training hard enough. Doesn't mean the intensity is there, and it doesn't mean you're going to lose belly fat automatically. Okay, just because your bench press is good, just because you can bench 2 plates, doesn't mean that you're not gonna have a fat stomach. I'm sorry, but not sorry. I've seen so many guys in the gym. They could maybe bench 315, they could bench 225, but they still look like they go to McDonald's every day. Like they still look like they eat pizza and crackers and cookies and shit like that. When they probably don't. They're just eating too much of stuff and they're not actually controlling what they intake. And then they're just like, oh, I'm bulking all the time. We all know those guys. Oh, I'm just on the bulk 24 freaking 7, 365. Okay? I don't want you to be that guy. I want you to actually be lean, shredded, and healthy. okay, as you get older, as you're approaching 40, 50, 60, right? Because you can put on muscle and size up until those ages. You just need to do it in a smart way, guys. A deficit plus protein will mean ab definition. Okay, guys, you got to understand that if we combine those two, being in a proper caloric deficit of 200, 250 calories every 3, 4 weeks, and we're making those adjustments, every 6 weeks or so afterwards, we are going to see our abs, right? It is just a matter of time. It's not a matter if, it's a matter of when. Okay, so what I need you to do from here is to going forward, after you get that skill of using a food scale and understanding how much protein you're getting in and carbs and fats, really emphasize protein, especially protein, because that's what's going to help you melt the fat like butter, but also help you build muscle for the long term, right? So eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. A lot of people would say, oh, you only have to eat like, point 6 to point 0.8 and stuff like that. Make it 1 gram. Okay. I'm 180 pounds, 109. I'm about to get 185. I eat 220 grams of protein per day because I'm trying to put on a lot of muscle for a bodybuilding show. Most people don't need to necessarily go that much higher than what they're already weighing at. I would recommend at least if you're someone, 190 pounds, 200 pounds, get in 190 grams of protein, 200 grams of protein minimum, right? You can only go up from there. You only really need to go up an extra, 40, 50 grams of protein if you're really trying to pack on size and stuff like that. But just starting out and everything, 1 gram of protein is totally optimal. That in itself would be a little bit of a challenge, especially if you're someone who eats a lot of carbs and eats a lot of fats, but it is a good way to get yourself to that healthy level. Okay, number 3, cardio is overrated. Guys, for the most of my physique has been built by eating properly and lifting intensely. Cardio wasn't really in the picture up until recently when I was trying to get into a bodybuilding show, right? It wasn't really steps and stuff like that weren't even I never even stepped on a treadmill for like 6 years of my fitness journey, but I was still looking good. I was still looking very much in shape. But but without the cardio, right? So steps is much more important than a treadmill. A lot of people, what do they like to do? They like to go on an incline for what? 13, what is it? What's the popular thing? Like 7 incline, 3.5 speed, and you're gonna burn this amount of calories. Who the hell cares? It does not matter. Your overall step count at the end of the day is what matters. If you're getting 12K consistently, 13K consistently every single day, it doesn't matter if you did it on an incline or if you went up a hill. If you're getting that consistently, you're going to beat the person that does the incline on a treadmill any day, inconsistently, right? So just for starting out, guys, I recommend 8 to 10K for any newbie, new beginner, anything like that. Even if you're a seasoned veteran and you're just inconsistent, maybe 8 to 10K is a perfect place to start. What I need you to do is to make sure on your phone, everybody has this, especially I know Apple phones have this. I'm pretty sure Androids too. You could track your steps, guys. You could see on Apple Health, there's a Apple Health app on the iPhone that you can see that it's tracking your steps. As long as this is in your pocket or in your hand or just on your body, it will track your steps. Okay. Or if you have an Apple Watch, even better, that's going to help you out. I don't have an Apple Watch, so this is always on me. So it never misses a step, right? At the end of the day, if that number doesn't say what I need it to say, for example, I'm 13K steps every day. If that doesn't say 13K steps every day, I don't go to sleep until it says 13K steps. Okay. We got to hit these step goals because it's important, but like it said, like it's going to help you out in the long run, right? It's not something to stress about entirely, but it will help you out. Okay. Sleep and stress controlling your hormones, guys. Cortisol and in combination with lack of sleep is going to mean storing more body fat. I could tell you guys, I know a lot of clients that I've worked with, even myself, guys, when I get less than 5 to 6 hours of sleep per night, not only do I feel like shit in the morning and I feel like all over the place because my cortisol is jacked up, but it just makes me feel bloated. It makes me feel sluggish and fat anyways. So I honestly feel the difference, right? And I can feel the difference when I'm actually sleeping 8 hours, sleeping the right amount of time that I should be sleeping. And I wake up, yeah, my cortisol might be a little high naturally because everybody's cortisol gets a little higher when they wake up, but it's not as stress inducing, right? It's a lot better. So what I recommend you to do, guys, never get less than 7 hours 7 hours of sleep per night. And what you can actually do, I like to do this personally. I have red light blockers, like blue light blockers is what they call it. So when I need to go on my phone a little bit late night, I will wear those and they will help me not to make sure that the blue light doesn't get into my eyes and screw me up. Because if my circadian rhythm is off during my sleeping time, like it's going to be not only hard to get to sleep, but the sleep quality is going to be bad, right? I also help out that by making sure I cut my screen time at least 1, maybe even 2 hours before bed. That's very hard to do for a lot of us, so I do wear those red light blockers, blue light blockers, but nonetheless, guys, if you could do it, if you can cut it out, if you don't have a job that involves a screen and stuff like that, I recommend you get into the habit. Okay, alcohol. Let's say that it's just completely killing your gains. Okay, it's completely killing progress. Calories plus the recovery tank plus hormone drop, guys. At the end of the day, if you want to see progress and you want to sustain that in the long term, alcohol is unfortunately nothing but a hindrance for you. There is nothing good about alcohol when it comes to fat loss. It's actually it's actually the complete enemy of fat loss. You will literally not, it will be very hard to see fat loss. I'm not going to lie. Can you balance it out somehow? Yes. Is it going to be enjoyable? You're definitely not going to have as much alcohol as you're probably drinking right now, if anything. So, what I recommend you to do, guys, honestly, if you're someone that feels like, oh, you know what, it is really time for me to stop drinking alcohol, it's really time for me to get my shit together with it, do a 30-day alcohol-free challenge, right? Right now, it's the middle of January. I know they call it dry January or something, so maybe some of you guys didn't do that, but I haven't drank alcohol in a couple of years and I don't regret it. But try a 30-day test. See how it is. I want you to journal your experience and see how it is every single day. You know, are you feeling, I think people have talked about that they felt the chills, they felt a little bit hot inside and stuff like that, and they feel the urge coming on, their body's craving it, stuff like that. Journal your experience. Maybe have an accountability buddy at it at the same time that you're doing it with to help you out even more. Um, and see if you overall just like the results and see if it's something that you want to continue with as far as cutting it out of your life completely, or if it's something, you know what, you're just like, you know what, I have the discipline to, do it every now, like have a little bit every now and again on the weekends or something like that in smaller amounts. But to be honest, guys, like that type of willpower is so freaking hard to have. I just recommend cutting it out completely. Some people will disagree with that. That's okay. I personally don't regret doing it. So you have to decipher how you want to go about it. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's just going to hinder everything about fat loss and being in a good body, getting a good mind state. Okay, sleep and stress control your hormones. Guys, if you're serious about this, if you're serious about actually making this a lifestyle for yourself, dropping the gut, building lean muscle, these are five non-negotiable truths that you need to wrap around your head and understand at a deeper level, like we just talked about. If you need to watch this video over and over again, do so and really understand this because it's very important. And if you're looking for extra help when it comes to this, I want you guys to go to Instagram at Zach J Monaco. That's my username. DM me the word transcend and I will send you my free care package when it comes to a fat loss checklist that you can utilize for yourself to start today in your own journey when it comes to losing fat, losing weight, and building muscle. Okay, guys, without further ado, that is everything for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a follow or subscribe. I think, yeah, subscribe on YouTube. But anyways, guys, have a great freaking night. I'll see you in the next one.